What if the first 10 minutes after you wake up are not routine at all, but a quiet switch you can flip? One that steadies your mood, lightens your steps, and helps your day line up in your favor. Most people believe longevity after 60 is written in stone. I don't. I've watched something else happen in real homes, on ordinary mornings. A cup, a window, a breath, and the whole day listens. Beyond 60 wisdom, dear friends, lean in with me. Imagine tomorrow. No big promises, no complex gear, just a gentle sequence you can repeat. You stand by the sink, sip warm water, and your body recognizes the signal. You move to the window, let morning light settle on your face, and something inside says, now. Shoulders roll, hips loosen, knees wake up. A few slow breaths smooth the noise in your mind. You place a hand on the counter, lift one foot for a moment, and your balance quietly returns. None of this is extreme. All of it is possible. And when it's repeated, it changes how you meet the day. Here's the part most people miss. The morning you repeat is stronger than any trick you try once. I've sat with folks in their 60s, 70s, and beyond who thought they were too late, then watched them practice a simple rhythm and feel steadier week by week. This is not about chasing perfection. It's about kindness you can do every morning. It's about the small acts that support sleep tonight, ease stiffness now, and build confidence when you step off the curb. It's about choosing a routine that respects your real life. No lectures, no guilt, just a rhythm you own. If you've been waiting for a sign to start, consider this your note on the mirror. Set out the cup, put a sticky note on the window that says, light first. Choose 3 joint moves you actually like. Practice balance beside something sturdy. Keep it human, keep it yours. And if part of you still wonders whether small steps matter, stay with me. I'll show you how these minutes stack into days that feel more open, more grounded, and more you. That's what I mean by longevity after 60. Quality you can practice, not a promise you have to chase. Before we go further, if this message speaks to you and you want more calm, practical guidance built for our stage of life, please tap subscribe to support the channel. It helps us keep creating thoughtful videos that you can actually use. Now, a quick question to tune your focus, and I'd love your answer in the comments. A, you believe one powerful morning matters more than a perfect week you never finish. B, you believe change only counts when it's hard and intense. Comment A or B and tell me why you chose it. Don't go anywhere. The most important step-by-step part is right ahead, where I'll guide you through a gentle, repeatable morning that supports your energy, balance, and peace of mind, so you can practice longevity after 60 with confidence, starting tomorrow morning. Thomas was 72 when he told me quietly, "Mornings make me feel old." I asked him to show me his first 10 minutes. He pointed to the coffee pot, the headlines, the sigh. So we started smaller than coffee and calmer than news. We set a cup by the sink the night before. In the morning, he filled it with warm water and stood there long enough to feel his breath settle. Not a fix, a signal. Then he walked to the window. The light was thin at first, Midwest winter, pale and honest, but he let it meet his eyes for a few unhurried minutes. He didn't multitask. He just stood, present, shoulders soft, jaw unclenched. This was the first shift. He stopped letting the day rush him before he arrived. I taught him to move like he was oiling hinges, not revving an engine. 10 slow shoulder rolls, a quiet semicircle of the hips, supported knee bends with one hand on the counter. We paused when his face tensed and continued when it softened. Motion, yes, but more importantly, confidence that his joints would cooperate. When he felt safe enough, we added 1 minute of box breathing. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. He called it turning down the static. The body listens to a calmer mind. The mind loosens when the body moves without alarm. That loop matters after 60. Balance came next, and we respected gravity. He stood beside the counter, lifted 1 foot a few inches, and watched the wobble like a teacher, not a critic. 20 to 30 seconds each side, 2 quiet rounds. He learned to place his gaze on a still point across the room. Some mornings his ankle trembled. Other mornings it didn't. Either way, the practice was the win. Later, when a grandchild called from the porch and he turned quickly to answer, his body answered back with stability instead of panic. That is what daily balance work can support. Not a promise, but a readiness you can feel. Breakfast wasn't a performance. It was protein first when he chose to eat in the morning. Yogurt with nuts, eggs with vegetables, cottage cheese with berries, or tofu with fruit. He didn't count grams. He noticed how steadier he felt by mid-morning. We talked about how muscles behave like a savings account for independence, and how a simple protein-forward start can help maintain what he values most: walking to the mailbox, climbing the 2 steps into church, finding ease on the garden path. 3 weeks in, he didn't say he felt young. He said the stairs aren't a negotiation anymore. That line told me the routine was doing its quiet work. The pieces are simple: light, gentle motion, breath, balance, protein, but the order and the tone matter. No forcing, no guilt. A rhythm you can repeat without bracing yourself. And as repetition gathered, small outcomes stacked. Easier sleep, less morning stiffness, more trust in his footing, a softer inner voice. That is how I think about longevity after 60. Practical choices that meet your day where it begins. Stay with me, because in the next part, I'll give you a precise, step-by-step morning you can follow tomorrow. Timed, simple, and adaptable, so you can practice this rhythm with confidence and make it your own. When I look across different places, quiet porches in Okinawa, sunlit kitchens in Arizona, small apartments in Boston, the details change, but the levers stay the same. Light that tells your clock it's morning, gentle motion that convinces your joints they are welcome here, a calmer breath that lowers the noise, simple balance practice that teaches your body, I've got you, and a protein-first start that respects the strength you want to keep. That's the thread running through every story I've witnessed. Longevity after 60 is not a destination we chase. It's a direction we choose, one small, steady decision at a time. And the beauty is that it travels with you. If you spend the winter with family, your routine comes along. If the weather keeps you inside, the window becomes your sun. If your schedule shifts, the sequence shrinks or stretches without losing its soul. I think of this approach as building a morning you can actually live in. Not the idealized version with 20 steps and special equipment, but the human version that fits a real house and a real day. Tonight, I set a cup by the sink as a promise to my morning self. I place a simple note by the window, light first, because memory can be kind and forgetful at the same time. I choose 3 movements I enjoy and trust. Shoulder rolls that melt the night from my neck, a slow hip circle that reminds me of space, supported knee bends that preview my next walk outside. I decide where I'll stand for balance, near something sturdy, eyes on a still point across the room. If I eat in the morning, I picture the protein I'll start with, so there's no debate when the day begins. None of this is grand. All of it is portable. There is a deeper reason I'm inviting you to practice this way. Consistency grows in environments that feel friendly. When the first minutes of the day are simple and welcoming, you return to them. When you return, your sleep often finds a more reliable rhythm. Your joints complain a little less, your step feels more assured on the curb, and your mood has a bit more room to breathe. Are there days you'll skip or shorten it? Of course, that's normal life. But the practice is forgiving, and forgiveness is part of why it lasts. You aren't trying to win the morning, you're learning to begin it without a fight. I also want you to feel the power of community in this. Somewhere, someone your age is standing at a window this same hour, doing the same slow roll of the shoulders, taking the same steady breath, reminding their legs and heart to trust the day ahead. That quiet company matters. It reminds us that progress in later life is not loud, but it is real. Keep your routine honest and light. Adjust the timing. Trade a movement if something aches. Add a minute of breathing on a tougher day. Protect what works and let the rest go. The measure is not perfection. The measure is whether your morning helps you meet the day with a little more steadiness and a little less strain. Stay with me, because next I'll guide you through a clear, step-by-step morning you can follow tomorrow. Timed, simple, and adaptable, so you can make this rhythm your own and build longevity after 60 in a way that feels natural and deeply yours. Tomorrow morning, I want you to borrow my routine and make it yours. Simple, timed, and human. I wake before my phone wakes me. I stand at the sink, fill a cup, and drink warm water slowly for about 1 minute. It's a message, not a miracle. The day has begun. Then I walk to the window. For 5 to 10 minutes, I let morning light meet my eyes. No sunglasses, no multitasking, just a steady gaze toward the sky or a bright patch across the room. This gentle light helps my inner clock settle into daytime, which often supports easier sleep at night. While I'm there, I move like I'm asking my joints for a friendly favor. I roll my shoulders back 10 times, trace a slow circle with my hips, and bend my knees with one hand resting on a firm surface. If anything pinches, I cut the range in half. If it feels good, I breathe a little deeper and keep the motion smooth and quiet. Before I leave the window, I do 1 minute of box breathing. I inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, and repeat a few rounds. I imagine turning down the static on a radio until the channel comes in clear. That small calm travels with me. Next comes balance. I place 2 fingers on the counter, lift 1 foot an inch, and hold for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch. My eyes stay on a still point across the room. I'm not testing myself. I'm teaching my body that I'm safe. If I wobble, I smile and land gently. 2 rounds are enough. Over time, this quiet skill may help me feel steadier on curbs, stairs, and sidewalks. If I choose to eat breakfast, I start with protein because I want my muscles to feel supported through the morning. Some days it's yogurt with nuts, other days eggs with vegetables, cottage cheese with berries, or tofu with fruit. I keep it simple and familiar, and I notice how steady I feel by mid-morning. Then I write 1 small promise for the day. Water the plants, call a friend, clear 1 drawer. Completion builds momentum. Momentum builds mood. I send a short message to someone I care about because connection lightens the load we sometimes carry quietly after 60. This full sequence takes 10 to 15 minutes when life is busy and up to 20 when I move slower. If I wake stiff, I start smaller and linger a bit longer in the warm-up. If I feel rushed, I do the essentials: water, light, 2 movements, 1 balance hold, 1 slow breath. The measure isn't perfection. The measure is whether I can repeat it tomorrow without dread. That repeatability is the heart of longevity after 60, small steps that meet your day where it begins and help you feel more grounded in your own life. Stay with me, because in the next part, I'll show you how to tailor this routine for different mornings, cold weather, travel days, sore joints, and low energy starts, so you can keep the rhythm alive and make it work in every season of your life. On cold mornings, I begin smaller. I let the warm water linger, and I treat the window like a friend I'm easing toward rather than a finish line I must cross. I stand a step back and breathe first, letting my shoulders drop and my jaw soften. When the light feels gentle, I take 1 step closer. My movements are slower and tighter in the cold, so I shorten the range and do a second pass instead of forcing the first. The goal is not to power through. It's to invite my body into the day without a fight. That kindness is what keeps me returning tomorrow. Travel days call for a portable version. In a hotel, I drink water as soon as I wake, then face the brightest spot. Window, hallway, even a lamp if needed while I wait for real light. I do shoulder rolls standing beside the bed, hip circles near the dresser, supported knee bends with 1 hand on the chair. Balance happens with 2 fingers on the counter or the back of the door. Breakfast becomes protein. I can rely on anywhere. Yogurt from the lobby, eggs, or a simple tofu bowl if I'm at home before a flight. I write 1 small promise on a sticky note and tuck it in my pocket so motion has meaning even when the schedule doesn't. When joints speak louder than usual, I negotiate rather than resist. I warm the area first, longer breath, slower start, a gentler circle. I imagine gliding rather than lifting, gliding rather than squatting. If a position complains, I shift the angle or cut the time in half and add an extra round later. For knees, I hold the counter and keep bends shallow. For hips, I trace ovals instead of circles. For shoulders, I imagine the movement is inside warm water. If the body says not today to a specific motion, I listen and swap in an easier one. The routine is a language. Communication matters more than volume. Low-energy mornings require a different rhythm. I use the 2-minute open. 2 minutes of light, 2 minutes of gentle motion, 2 minutes of easier breath. If I still feel flat, I let the balance practice be the day's win and move on. Paradoxically, the permission to do less helps me do more the next day. High-stress mornings get the opposite adjustment. More breath first. I do 2 to 3 rounds of calm breathing before I move, then I keep my eyes on a steady point longer during balance. My body learns that steadiness is possible even when the mind is busy. I keep a simple scorecard in the kitchen. Water, light, move, breathe, balance, protein, 1 promise, 1 hello. I mark a check for whatever I complete and draw a small dot for abbreviated versions. Over a week, the page shows me something my feelings might miss. Progress. Sleep tends to smooth out when light is consistent, confidence grows when balance is practiced, and mood has more room when breath returns early in the day. None of this is dramatic, but all of it is durable. And durability is what we want after 60. Stay with me, because next I'll give you a clear 7-day starter plan and a printable checklist you can follow at home, along with small tweaks for arthritis, travel fatigue, and restless nights. So you can practice this morning rhythm with confidence and keep building longevity after 60 in every season of your life. I want to talk about the quiet engine that keeps all of this moving when the novelty wears off. Identity, environment, and gentle accountability. Longevity after 60 is not only a routine, it's a way you see yourself in the first minutes of the day. When I wake, I don't ask, will I do the routine? I tell myself, I'm the kind of person who starts small and shows up. That sentence is my doorway. It keeps me from bargaining with the morning and lets me step into motion before doubt wakes up fully. Identity needs support, so I shape my space to make the next right choice obvious. The cup by the sink, the note on the window, the clear spot on the counter for balance, the breakfast bowl within easy reach. These are not decorations. They are rails I can hold when motivation is low. The second piece is rhythm, not record setting. I measure success by how repeatable the morning feels tomorrow. If yesterday's stretches were too hard to face again, I made them too long. I shorten the set, soften the angle, or switch a movement. When the body objects, I don't push through. I negotiate and return. That flexibility keeps the routine alive. I also accept that some days belong to caregiving, appointments, or unexpected weather. On those days, I use the 2-minute version. Water, light, 2 gentle movements, 1 balance hold, 1 slow breath, and I let that be enough. The point is continuity, the thread that turns scattered days into a pattern you can trust. The third piece is community, in a form that feels natural. I text one friend most mornings, and a few of you write me back after the video with one word, done. We are not competing. We are keeping each other company. It matters more than it sounds. A simple done lowers the barrier the next day because you are not doing this in a vacuum. If you live with someone, invite them to join for the first minute, light at the window in a single shoulder roll, then let them drift if they want. Longevity. After 60 grows well in companionship, even brief companionship. I keep a low-stakes record that shows me what my feelings might forget. On a sheet in the kitchen, I mark a small check for each element I complete and a dot for the abbreviated version. Over 2 weeks, the page tells an honest story. Light is consistent, breath is improving, balance holds are longer, and breakfast starts with protein most days. I don't chase perfect streaks. I look for steady presence. When I miss a morning, I put the date and the reason, travel, doctor's visit, grandkids, and I return without apology. The note gives context and ends the inner debate. Most of all, I keep the tone kind. A harsh voice makes the body brace. A kind voice lets the body cooperate. I think of the morning not as a test, but as a welcome. That welcome is what turns small practices into a life I recognize. Less rush, more steadiness, a feeling that I am meeting the day on my terms. Stay with me, because next I will hand you a clear 7-day starter plan with simple timing and checkboxes you can use at home, plus easy adjustments for stiff joints, travel, and low-energy days. So you can practice longevity after 60 with confidence and keep building it in every season of your life. I promised you a simple place to start. So here is the 7-day rhythm I use when I'm helping someone build longevity after 60 from the ground up. Think of it as a gentle ramp, not a test. On day 1, we practice showing up. Set out the cup tonight, meet the window in the morning. Sip warm water slowly, and let light reach you for a few minutes. Do only 2 movements you enjoy, and 1 short balance hold beside something sturdy. Write a single promise for the day and complete it before lunch. The point is not intensity. The point is trust. On day 2, keep the same frame and add 1 minute of steady breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, just enough to feel the mind settle. When the breath softens, the body follows. On day 3, extend the light or the motion, not both. If the weather is kind, linger by the window. If it is not, stay indoors and move a little longer. Begin breakfast with protein if you choose to eat in the morning, and notice how your energy feels by mid-morning. On day 4, we practice flexibility. If your joints object, cut the range in half and add a second gentle pass. If balance feels shaky, keep 2 fingers on the counter and let your gaze rest on a still point across the room. Consistency grows when the routine feels friendly. On day 5, we add a thread of connection. After your morning steps, send a short message to someone in your world. 1 line is enough. The day often feels lighter when you begin with a human hello. On day 6, refine your environment. Clear a hand width of counter space for balance. Place a small note by the window that reads, "Light first," and keep your breakfast option visible so there is less debate when you're hungry. We are not chasing motivation. We are arranging the room so the next right choice is obvious. On day 7, keep everything modest and add reflection. Place a small sheet in the kitchen and mark a check for the steps you completed or a dot for an abbreviated version. Write 1 sentence about what felt easier and 1 sentence about what you want to adjust. The sheet becomes your honest mirror. It reminds you that progress often looks like presence, not perfection. As you move through the week, listen for subtle signals rather than dramatic change. Many people notice steadier mornings by day 3 or 4, less rushing, a calmer mind, a body that cooperates on that first step from bed to hallway. Some days will be brief. That is normal life. If you miss a morning, write the reason and return the next day without apology. This is not about winning a streak. It is about beginning again with kindness. If you want a simple check on your footing, choose 1 place you use often, a curb, a porch step, a hallway turn, and notice whether it feels a touch more secure by the end of the week. Let that be your quiet proof. Keep your identity statement close. I'm the kind of person who starts small and shows up. It closes the gap between intention and action before doubt gathers. Stay with me, because next I will hand you a clear printable checklist and a 2-minute fallback plan for hectic mornings, plus small adjustments for travel and achy joints. So you can keep this rhythm alive and make longevity after 60 feel natural in every season of your life. I want to leave you with something steady, kind, and usable the very next morning. What we've built together is not a grand program. It's a small doorway you can step through every day without pressure. After 60, the most powerful choice is often the simplest one you can repeat. Begin softly. A cup of warm water to tell your body the day has started. A few quiet minutes near the window so your inner clock knows it's morning. Slow movements that invite your joints to cooperate. A minute of calm breathing to ease the noise. A brief balance hold beside something sturdy. And, if you eat early, an easy protein start so your strength feels supported. Add 1 small promise you can finish before noon and 1 kind message to someone in your world. None of this is dramatic. All of it is doable. And when it becomes your rhythm, you meet the day with more steadiness and a lighter heart. Here is the deeper lesson I hope you carry. Longevity after 60 grows in friendly places. When your morning is welcoming, you return to it. When you return, sleep often feels more regular, stiffness eases a bit sooner, and walking to the curb or down the hallway feels more secure. Progress at our age is quiet. It shows up in calmer choices, steadier steps, and the confidence that you can begin again tomorrow. If a day is busy or low energy, do the 2-minute version. Water, light, 2 gentler movements, 1 breath, 1 balance hold, and let that be enough. If a joint speaks up, shrink the range and try a second easy pass. The goal is continuity, not perfection. You are not trying to win the morning, you are learning to greet it on your terms. To apply this now, set the scene tonight. Place a cup by the sink. Put a note by the window that says, light first. Decide on 3 movements you like, shoulder rolls, a small hip circle, supported knee bends. And pick a safe spot for balance practice. Choose a simple protein for breakfast, so there's no debate. Keep a small sheet in the kitchen and mark a check when you complete a step or a dot for the shorter version. At the end of the week, read the page. It will show you what your feelings might miss. You showed up. That is how a routine becomes a companion and how a day becomes more your own. A quick question for you, and I'd love to hear your answer in the comments. Which single step will you start with tomorrow? A, light first at the window, or B, balance beside the counter. Please comment A or B and tell us why, so others can learn from your idea. If this video felt helpful or encouraging, please subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and pass this along to a friend who might need a steadier morning. Your support helps us make more thoughtful, practical videos for you. Let's keep talking here at Beyond 60 Wisdom, one honest day at a time. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. Your presence matters, and your trust is a gift. We'll keep listening, improving, and bringing you the best guidance we can, so you always have a calm place to begin.